I lived through two intifadas, but what happened the last few months was more intense than anything I've ever witnessed in my life. It was a constant state of fear, constant state of instability, constant state of not being sure that tomorrow will actually come. Seriously, I'm a Jerusalemite. I started to be afraid of just walking in the street, walking in my own neighborhood, my own lane, the place where I was born and raised all my life. We were afraid to cough, we were afraid to sneeze. I was literally afraid to answer my phone. I always hold it back because I have my laptop. So if my phone rings, I would never dare to do this because I would be shocked. And you see all these young boys who are very much facing this reality. They face the provocation of occupation every day, and they face drugs, and then they face something else, which is in my culture, the embracement of being a martyr, the embracement of being a hero. Heroism is being attached to death. Here where I want to speak about how I felt about working for Capoeira for Refugees. Capoeira for Refugees, we work basically with underserved children. We worked with marginalized children in marginalized areas, including in Jerusalem. And it's not, I know it's called Capoeira for Refugees. Basically, people will think we only work with refugees. But what people also should understand, some places are like refugee camps, even if they're not called refugee camps. Jerusalem is an orphan city. Jerusalem is a big refugee camp that nobody knows about. People look at Jerusalem in the sense that Jerusalem is the holy city, is the sacred city. They just see the mosques and the churches, and they look at it from a very symbolic point of view. Nobody sees us. Nobody knows that there are people living there. It's a living city. People live there. We eat, we die, we go to the toilet. There are human beings living there that nobody is aware of because everybody is so obsessed with the holiness of the city. And I keep saying that. I've said it many times now. There is nothing holy about my suffering or anybody's suffering. There is nothing holy about my fear. There is nothing holy or sacred about me not being able to live in my city. It's not holy. If this is holy, then I don't know what that is. How can it be holy if everybody is suffering? How can it be holy when we're all under the threat of being executed in the streets? I go back to Capoeira for Refugees, where I think that part of my job, of course, if people know about Capoeira has a lot of principles about resistance, non-violent resistance, a lot of principles about tolerance, a lot of principles about being disciplined, being committed, having a vision, having a future, having a hope. Even the music and the dancing, it shows you that there is hope. It's a different way of resistance. This is why I started working for Capoeira for Refugees, because I looked at it from a different perspective. That I'm helping my kids, I'm helping the Palestinian kids in my own way, through fun, through music, through resistance. The resistance that they should do, not going to the streets, not taking drugs, and not being killed. And I think now, after what happened in October, in the past few months, I think our duty or our job has become way more challenged. And it needs more work because now part of our job, I think my main job now in Palestine, working with the kids, is to make sure that when I offer Capoeira, I'm not just offering a sport, I'm not offering just a movement, not music, I'm offering a way of life. I want children to know that there is, I want to offer a choice of life. Basically, in the middle of all this that when you find a 13-year-old boy or 12-year-old boy go to the streets with a stupid knife and try to kill someone because he thinks this is how he becomes a hero, I try to show him that no, being a hero is actually living. Being a hero is actually having a good life. Being a hero is finishing your education and going to university and do something for your country, not to die.